tarantula content for tarantula lovers.
Hello everybody, welcome to this latest episode. I am your host Robbie and this is Robbie's Talking Teas, tarantula content for tarantula lovers just like yourselves. If you want to be a better tarantula keeper or just admire these amazing animals, make sure to subscribe to the channel, comment down below and give this video a huge thumbs up. In today's episode, I'm rehousing the very first tarantula I got in my collection, which is my amazing female Brachypelma hamorii. Now, I'm going to do something different with the enclosure and try and make it a bit more naturalistic. So let's see how I get on. So here she is, the tarantula that kickstarted my obsession and also kickstarted my YouTube journey. Now this is a subadult female Brachypelma hamorii. As you can see, the enclosure, it's not great. It's been in there since day one when I first started in the hobby. The substrate's all dried out, which she doesn't mind because this is an arid species, but it's sunken down. She's dug up the plants. This hide, she only ever uses it when she's going to molt. She's always out in the open. But I thought, you know what? Being a very special tarantula, I'd give her a very special setup. So let's get her out, do up the enclosure and pop her back in. So here we go. This is actually a monumental day for this tarantula. She has not been outside of this enclosure since the first day I got her. She was a tiny little 2-inch juvenile when she went in there. She's molted a whole bunch of times and put on a hell of a lot of size since then. So it's kind of sad in a way. But, whoa, no, don't go in your hide. Now this girl is very flicky and she has in the past had attitude problems. So I wouldn't be surprised if she threw up some fret postures while sticking her into the catch tube. But actually, she's gone in pretty nicely. How beautiful is she? Stunning markings on these. But let's sort out this enclosure. And cue the time-lapse footage of me emptying out the old enclosure, getting it ready to do it back up again. So here we go, the enclosure is all emptied out. It wasn't that bad. Now, a lot of people don't like these Exoterra backgrounds, but for the purpose of this enclosure, I'm going to keep using it. And there's a reason for that, which you're shortly going to see. Now, I don't know if you're aware, but Brachypelma hamorii in the wild, they live on hillsides which are really rocky, and they build their burrows in amongst the rocks. They don't tend to just dig a burrow. So that got me thinking, but I'm going to try and give this one a really naturalistic feel about it, and I'm going to give it rocks as a hide instead of that old hide that was in there, or any, you know, cocoa fiber hide. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this substrate in here, and I'm only gonna have it a little way. Now I'm gonna put substrate at the back there because I'm expecting that it is going to dig in here once the rocks are in there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build it up in layers. And I also can hear a lot of you saying, but isn't using real rocks dangerous? And I suppose it could be. But if you plan it out properly to the point that they're not gonna move, then it should be absolutely fine. So here's one of the rocks I collected, which I'm gonna place like this, right? In fact, I'm gonna move it out like this. I'm gonna need more substrate in here eventually. In fact, let's put that in. Let's put that in now. Right, we're gonna place that substrate in there like that. Now this enclosure is going to end up being really heavy, so I am going to pull it on the bottom shelf in the tarantula room instead of up top where it used to be. But there's a rock. Now we're going to take this rock. I have rinsed all these rocks before placing them in here, so they're not filthy, they're not dirty, and they're not gonna come down, they're not going to be covered in crap. So if I place that like so, it should make a nice little hide. Now once I put some more substrate in here so this one can't slip out that way, that will be a nice little rock hide for the tarantula to live inside this hole here. Let's get the rest of the substrate in there. First, filling up this side so that that rock can bed in there. So that rock, no matter how much force you put on the top there, is being wedged by this one and this one, which makes it a great hide. Just gonna pour some more substrate on the top there, just to cover that over. I'm gonna leave space there for a water dish, or I won't put the water dish there. Place that in there like so, so nothing can get down there. But there's the hide all set out. So now I'm going to take the water dish, I'm going to place it in this corner. Again, this has got a nice rocky look to it, so it's going to go down in this corner. What do you guys think so far? Do you think that's a good hide? Do you think it's going to enjoy it in there? I mean, it's got enough space to, it's got substrate to dig in there and dig out the back. I'm actually liking that. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to take some of our freshly picked moss. I'm going to place it in the enclosure like so. Around the top. Let's have it going all the way over the top. So then it resembles a nice rocky hillside. I like that. I like that a lot. And then I'm going to take some of this leaf litter, again, just from the woods, and just going to scatter about at the front here, and a little bit over the top, some of this leaf litter. Now that is starting to look like a good enclosure. So there we have the finished enclosure. Very simple, very basic, but I think very effective. I think this girl is going to appreciate this a lot more than what she was in. And she's been in there for what, 5 years now, 6 years now, something like that. She deserved an upgrade. So now that's done, let's get her in there. So here we have it. Here she is. This is Maury. It's a female Brachypelma hamorii. She's not long molted, so I thought it was a good time to rehouse her. So that's what we're going to do now. Just going to pop this open. Now hopefully she really appreciates the work that I've just done for her. Oh no, she's turning around, she's going the other way. Okay. Now we're going to take this off. Okay. She's kicking hairs. She has always been a very kicky, very flicky tarantula. I remember when I first got her, she used to have a real attitude problem. Okay, I get it. Let's go down the tube and you'll be fine. She is really kicking those hairs at me. See, come on. I know you've never touched real rocks before, have you? And there she goes into the new enclosure. There she is exploring. Beautiful, beautiful species. Definitely one I recommend for all beginners in the hobby. She is an absolute stunner. Now hopefully she utilizes that little rock hide that I've made for her, and hopefully she settles in really quickly. I am actually really impressed. I do like the rocks that I've put on there. I think it makes it a bit more authentic and a bit more naturalistic. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. What do you think? Type in the comments down below what you guys think of the enclosure. Do you think it's a good one, or do you think I could have done better? Whatever your opinion is, I'm happy to hear it. So I'm going to leave her there to get settled in. Yeah. So there you have it. That's the enclosure done. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with that naturalistic look. I think the rocks forming the hide with the leaf litter and the moss, it's just my favourite enclosure I've made so far. So hopefully she enjoys it just as much as you enjoyed watching me put it together. I'm going to end the video here because that's all I have to say today. And I'm going to leave you with what I always say. Have a great day, have a great week, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. If you can't wait till then, check out these 2 videos. See you later.
Tarantula content for tarantula lovers.